Alright, hello everybody, this is Dan. Welcome back to another video. Today, we are in Skate 4. It's not just called Skate, okay? This is Skate 4. The developers are trying to say that, oh, this isn't Skate 4, we're trying to do a whole rebrand thing here. They're just doing that so that if this thing goes south, they can, not have to live up to the hype of Skate 4. But let's be honest with ourselves. This is Skate 4. And, I wanted to make this video because, Skate is a game that I care a lot about. I played the hell out of Skate 3 back in the day. And this is one of the few games that I actually got hyped for in the past, 5 years. And this game still is in early access, so I do have to give it a little bit of slack. And I know there's been a lot of people online giving this game some shit. And I guess I'm going to be one of those people now. But, I don't want this to be a complete bomb on the game, alright? I still do think that this game has a lot going for it, and I think that this game has a lot of potential. But EA and Full Circle need to do something, okay? Now, the first thing I wanted to talk about, because this is the thing that has been annoying me the most, is glitches, okay? And I don't mean any glitches. I mean, like, game-breaking type glitches. Now, I don't mind the glitches in the game, like speed glitches and stuff. I feel like that's what gave Skate 3 a lot of, cool moments. People like ZexyZek, they basically made a career off of, what you could do with, glitches like that. Just pushing the boundaries of what Skate 3 could do. And I know there's that whole thing of, oh, that's weird roll tech is quicker than actually skateboarding. Personally, I don't care. I think it's funny as hell. Oh. Okay. I think it's funny as hell, and if you're really that offended by it, you can just not do it. Well, let me see if I can even do it. Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I know people have gotten pretty good at it, but it's literally just doing this just at the right times. Keep your momentum. It's probably not that hard to do. I just haven't given it the time, really. All right, back to what I was saying. Okay, game-breaking glitches. You may have noticed that I started this video off in the middle of a mission. It wasn't even like the mission just started. It was I had one goal already done, right? Maybe asking, why did I do that? That's because I didn't move when I got in here. That's where I was last time I closed the game. And you may be asking now, why did I do that? Because I had to. I don't know why it happens. I don't know if it's even happening to anybody else. I think it has something to do with the fact that I'm still on PS4. But it's usually after a mission or after I respawn like that, where I'll be invisible, I can't move or do anything, and I literally just have to close my game. And this game has been out for 3 days at the time of me recording this, and I've had to do that 6 times, and that's not even counting the one time where the game legitimately just crashed. Now, I know I'm still on last gen, okay? I know that PS4 is last gen. PS5 has been out for 5 years, okay? But if you're gonna release a game on last gen, make sure it fucking works. Am I crazy for thinking that? Make sure you can actually functionally play the game. I don't give a shit about graphics or anything. Make sure that baseline, my game doesn't freeze up so I have to restart or crash. I feel like that's not too much to ask for. That's really the thing that's been bugging me the most, me personally. Another thing with this game, and this is also something that I've seen a lot of other people complain about, rightfully so, is the lack of content. Now, the game is still fun for me, right? I haven't been grinding the hell out of it, but if you are, I feel like this game would get very boring very quick, because there's pretty much 2 things you can really do in this game, and that is just dick around in the sandbox, just finding cool spots and skating around and stuff, or there's these missions, which I'm doing one right now, and I can't climb the goddamn tower. Okay, there we go. And I don't know how many of these are. I don't know how far I am into these, but it seems like these kind of challenges is really the only content that this game has. And I mean, these missions have already started to get kind of boring. I'm kind of just doing them for cosmetics and just to do all of them, because that's the only thing you can do in this game. And like I said, I mean, I played a lot of Skate 3, but mainly all I would do in that was just find cool spots and just dick around, right? I didn't really do any of the missions. Hell, I didn't really know where to even access a lot of those missions, but I've heard a lot of people complaining about it, and I know that in Skate 3 and other games, you had stuff like Skate, you know? A lot like horse and basketball. It was just, you do a trick, you know? Like, if I did a kickflip and I was playing with someone else, they would have to do a kickflip or they get a letter. Spell out Skate, you lose. That's been, like, a staple in these games, and it's just not in here. Another thing is, like, Hall of Meat. Like, if I go ahead and jump off of this building, I get a score in the bottom left. There's a thing in other games, there was, like, a little mini game, see how many points you get from, like, hurting yourself. Also, just not in the game. Again, I know it's in early access, but, like, these are things that were in other skate games. I don't know if it would be too hard to program into this one. I'm not a developer, so... And, you know, don't you want to give the early access people a little bit more to, like, get hype about? Like, I can already tell, like, if you're not just super into skate, this game would get boring so quick. There's nothing to do. You just skate around and do the same missions. Like, again, I don't know how far I am into this, but, like, a lot of these missions are kind of the same. It's just, oh, do this many grabs, grind this distance. Like, the only thing that really changes is the location. It would just be nice to have some variety in the gameplay. I do like the sandbox aspect to it, of kind of just find your own fun, but there's a lot of players who don't really fuck with that. And it would also be nice to have an actual game. Like, there's a lot of people asking for a story mode. Perfect. That might be a little too much to ask for in early access, but I know that that's like the most wanted thing among the community. And the devs said that they would be listening to the community to make this game, which doesn't really seem like they've done. Hopefully that's what they're going to be doing, because for like the fifth time, it's in early access. There's still, I don't know when it's going to be actually released, but one thing I've also heard a lot of people talking about is the graphics. I just want to, like, clarify something. It's not the graphics, okay? It's the art style. Here's what I mean by that. Take a game like Undertale. If you really think about it, the graphics in that game kind of suck. Like, everything is just pixelated. And, you know, there's not a whole lot of color, but it's the art style of it, okay? That's what that game is, you know? That's the style. The graphics in this game are actually really good. Like, the lighting and stuff around, you know, it actually is very smooth, especially for a last-gen console, for me. But the art style, not a fan. And I'm not even that big into, like, skater culture, right? Like, I don't skate in real life. I've tried it before a few times. I can barely keep my ass on the board. You know, I just don't have any interest in it. But I do understand why people don't really like it, you know? Skater culture is a lot more, like grimy, edgy. And this game kind of feels like Fortnite. Like, I heard someone say, looks like a game straight out of the metaverse. I have to agree. I think you can really see that art style too, like in the map. Like, I remember Skate 3, you know, like it did have some bigger, like, city sections, but it had, you know, some more industrial stuff, like the quarry, or like that Spielway, you know, some abandoned type places where a lot of real skaters would go. And from what I've seen, this game is pretty much just city, you know. And I'm a city boy in real life, all right? I'm a sucker for big cities and video games. But for this game, especially, it would just be nice to have some variety. Another thing that I've heard people talk about that I don't, like, fully agree with is the whole free-to-play decision. You know, I don't think that making a game free-to-play in and of itself is bad. I think the only problem with it is that you can kind of tell that EA really did it just because of, man, it is really hard to play this game and talk at the same time. Now, I don't think there's an issue inherently with free-to-play. You know, I actually like it. It gets a lot more people into your game, and a lot of time, the stuff that you can actually buy in the shop, your game doesn't really change if you just choose not to buy it. Like, pretty much the only things in here are cosmetics. Not even pretty much, that's the only things in here. You can just not spend any of your pretty purple tickets or whatever the fuck they are, and the gameplay is exactly the same. Now, it depends if it's like DLC or something. Like, if it's actual gameplay, you have more of a case there. This game doesn't have that. I think the issue that people really mean when they say that is it seems like especially because we're talking EA, it seems like the shop was why they made the game. Like, it seems like they wanted to make a game that's free to play with a shop like this, and then slapped skateboarding into it. like especially because that's really the only thing you can do. Like, the only stuff is these missions, which just give you currency for the shop. Just gives you stuff for these boxes, which you have to scroll down to see. You have to scroll down past all the stuff that you need to pay actual money for. We're not stupid, okay? We could see this it's in our face. We can see what you're doing. One thing I also did want to touch on real quick is the fact that this game is online only. You know, I feel like if you're going to have a game that's online only, it needs to have a damn good reason. Like, you know, PvP games, obviously. You know, if it's like an MMO game, you can choose PvP, or you can, like, interact with other players, you can trade, all that stuff. That's fine. But this game has, like, literally no reason to be online only. You don't need to be seeing other skaters constantly. And even if you have, like, skaters in your party, there's not even really much you can do with them. You can't really interact with them at all. You can kind of just skate together. And being online only means that, obviously, if you're not online, you can't play. That's kind of stupid. I don't really see a reason why that needs to be a thing. Like, if your Wi-Fi is just down for a little bit, you physically can't play this game. That's dumb. I mean, that's pretty much all of, like, my main gripes with the game. I mean, other than that, like, the skateboarding feels fantastic. Like, if you're an old skate fan, I mean, you can choose, like, the classic sort of style. Like, that is actually one thing I really appreciate about this game, is the amount of, like, settings in here. Like, you can really pick how easy or how fluid you want a lot of your things to be. You know, the skating is smooth as fuck. Just going around the city feels great. I guess that is the main thing that you want from a skateboarding game, is, you know, hopefully the fucking skating feels good. I really like the addition of, like, some parkour elements, like the climbing and, you know, like, this type of stuff. I really like the scale of this game. Like, in Skate 3, you could not dream of going up there. Now it's, you know, take 5 minutes and climb a building, and then do whatever the hell you want off of that building. And you can do some crazy shit. I've seen some clips. My main gripes with the game is just, especially on last gen, fix some of these, like, actual game-breaking glitches. I know that term gets thrown around so much, like, it's kind of lost all meaning. But that is literally game-breaking. I have to close my game to fix it. Add some content, please. Just add anything other than these basically just fucking tutorial missions. Add a little map variety. Add a little something in the map other than just big city and shore. Like, you know, stuff like the Quarry, or stuff like Ultra Mega Park. I know there's a lot of littler skate parks around, but nothing crazy like that as far as I've seen. Again, I'm kind of a little locked into here, but I've seen some clips and I haven't really seen any locations other than just big city. And, you know, the whole thing about skateboard culture, again, I'm not really in that culture. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but I understand the basic concept of, like, make the game a little edgier. Again, it feels like Fortnite. It feels like something that they didn't want to, like, alienate general audiences or whatever the fuck buzz terms they use. You know, skateboard culture, that's something that kind of goes into the map design and, like, the art design. And again, I don't think the whole free-to-play thing matters too much, but I know that is a big concern for a lot of people. You know, the things going on with the shop. And also, this is a subjective thing, but it would be nice to have, like, some cooler stuff. Like, this is the very last, like, box thing that you can unlock. It's just a lot of, like, these items are kind of mid to me. Like, this is one of the last boxes that you can get unlockable, and one of the items is a fucking orange tank top. Really? Just a plain fucking orange tank top. Like, I feel like they could do a little bit better than that. But yeah, I think this game has a lot of potential, man. I'm really excited to see where it goes. I really hope they do start listening to the community like they said they were gonna do. And again, this is early access, alright? These are just the things that I'm seeing in the game in its current state. A lot of this is subject to change. I don't know how frequently they're going to be doing updates. I don't think they've done any yet. But yeah, for a game that's been in development for 5 years and really in the making for like 15, I think that EA / Full Circle can do a lot better than this. And I think that's a lot of the general consensus on the game. Like I said, this is a game I was very excited for. I love Skate 3. I just want to see this game do well. I really do. I didn't make this as some like hit piece, okay? Like, I don't even think the game is that bad. I mean, I'm playing it. These are just a lot of things that I've heard a lot of people talking about, and some of my gripes with the game. And hopefully, a lot of those can get resolved. Well, I'm gonna leave that video here. If you liked it, you know, hit that like button. If you like me, maybe hit that subscribe. I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching, and yeah, peace out, dudes.